welcome to this mental health hypnotherapy session for easing separation anxiety in adults. This session is designed to allow your unconscious mind to begin learning a calmer, steadier way of feeling connected, even when there's distance, silence, or time apart. Sometimes the mind tries to protect us by holding on too tightly. It imagines that closeness must be proven again and again through messages, reassurance, and certainty. And yet real security can come from something you carry within yourself, something steady, quiet, and dependable. Now, you may have noticed times when absence seemed to feel far harder than it should, when waiting felt uncomfortable, or when another person's distance stirred old feelings that didn't truly belong to the present moment. And now in this session, your deeper mind can begin to update those old responses, allowing you to feel safe in yourself, calm in your body, and more trusting in connection. Separation doesn't mean disconnection. It doesn't mean danger. Quiet doesn't mean loss. A healthy bond can breathe. It can have closeness and distance, contact and independence, warmth and freedom. And you can begin to experience that balance more naturally and automatically, right here, right now. And as you listen to this session, there's no need to force anything. You can simply allow the words to reach the parts of your mind that already know how to heal, how to settle, and how to grow stronger. And in a few moments, you can let yourself discover how comforting it feels to belong to yourself, to trust in connection, and to rest deeply in a sense of inner safety. And now, just settle into a place where you can rest quietly without being disturbed for a few moments. And just begin to make yourself comfortable. And when you're ready to begin, you can take a slow breath in. And then gently let it out. That's right. And you can allow your eyes to rest on one spot, or simply let them close when they're ready. And whether you close them now or in a few moments, you can begin to notice that closing the eyes is the first small signal to the unconscious that it's time to relax. And now, with your eyes gently closed, you can begin to relax the muscles around the eyelids. Let those tiny muscles soften so completely. And as long as you choose to keep them relaxed, they simply won't want to work. And when you know that they're that relaxed, gently test them and notice how they prefer to remain closed. That's right. And you can just stop testing and send that relaxation into your face, smoothing your forehead, relaxing your cheeks and your jaw, just allowing it to flow down your neck and your shoulders, down through the arms into the hands, all the way down to the tips of the fingers. Just notice as that relaxation gently moves through the chest and the back, into the stomach and the hips, down the thighs, flowing over the knees into the calves, down into the feet, and all the way to the tips of your toes. In a moment, I'll count down from 5 to 1. With each number, you can double that relaxation. There's no need to force it. There's no need to try, because your unconscious mind just knows how. 5. Drifting. 4. Releasing. 3. Deeper now. 2. Quiet inside. And 1. Letting go. And now you can imagine any unnecessary effort leaving the body. It's as if the chair or the bed beneath you is holding you completely. And you can allow the conscious mind just to step aside for a while, as the unconscious mind listens, learns, and begins to make changes in the way that feels safest just for you. And as you rest here, listening to my words and the spaces between the words, in your mind you can imagine a peaceful shoreline at twilight. The air is soft, the horizon is wide, and the water moves in and out with a rhythm that's older than thought itself. Each wave comes close and then moves away, and yet the ocean remains whole. And you can notice that now. The wave comes in. The wave moves out. Nothing is lost. The sea doesn't panic when the wave rolls into the shore, and the shore doesn't chase the wave. There's a natural trust in the rhythm, coming close, moving apart, returning again. And every breath in and every breath out echoes the movements of the waves. And as you sense this gentle movement, you may notice a soothing color in the sky, a blue or a gold or a silver, and that colour begins to drift down like a soft mist of comfort. It touches the forehead, smooths the mind, relaxes the eyes and softens the mouth. That calm mist moves into the throat, releasing old words never spoken, old fears never needed. It moves into the chest, where the breath becomes easier. It surrounds the heart with warmth, not tightness, not need, but a gentle, caring warmth. And deeper still. That comfort moves into the stomach, settling those places where anxious waiting used to gather. It moves through the hips, the legs, the knees, down through the calves, the ankles, the feet, until your whole body seems to breathe with the movement of the tides. Coming close, moving apart, returning again. And every breath teaches the body space can be safe, quiet can be safe, and you can be safe within yourself. And while you rest here, deeply relaxed, your unconscious mind can begin sorting through old patterns in new ways. There may have been times in your life when closeness felt uncertain, or when parting felt too sudden, or when waiting felt like danger. And it may be that some younger part of the mind once learned to grip tightly, to watch carefully, to imagine the worst, believing that worry was a form of love. And now you can begin to realize something important, something new. Worry is not the same as love. Tension is not the same as connection. Reassurance is pleasant, but an inner steadiness is true power. And from this moment forward, your unconscious mind can begin separating real love from anxious urgency, real connection from the old fears, and the present reality from past imagination. That's right. Imagine now that in front of you there's a strong, beautiful tree. Its roots go deep into the earth. Its branches reach outwards into the sky. Birds may come and rest there, and birds may fly away, and yet the tree remains rooted. It doesn't need to follow every bird to know it's alive, strong and whole. And you can become like that tree, rooted in yourself, open to connection, calm in distance and yet warm in closeness, steady in your waiting. And you may notice now or in a little while that somewhere in your body there's the beginning of a new feeling. Perhaps in the chest, the stomach, the hands or the back. A feeling of inner security. A quiet knowing that you can care deeply and still feel calm. You can miss someone and still feel safe. You can love someone and still give them room to breathe. And as that realization settles in, that old, unused, anxious habit can begin to loosen its grip, like a hand unclenching, a tightrope becoming a gentle ribbon. And have you ever walked through a forest at night, carrying a torch to guide your way, afraid that if you lowered it even for a moment, the path would vanish? You held it high and eventually your arms began to ache, your eyes strained, trying to see every shadow before it moved. And then you turn off the torch. You set it aside and you notice that the moon has been lighting the forest all along. And as you turn that light off, you discover that the path is still there. The trees are still there. The world didn't disappear when you stopped gripping so hard. And your mind can understand that now. You don't have to hold on tightly to remain connected. There's no need to check constantly to be safe. And you don't have to imagine loss to prepare for life. You can breathe, trust, and return to yourself. And now just imagine a warm golden thread of connection extending from your heart. This thread allows closeness without pressure, love without fear. And that golden thread is infinitely flexible. It can stretch across a room, across a day, across a journey. And no matter how much space appears, the thread remains calm, soft and light. It never tightens, it never demands. It simply reminds you that connection can remain even when contact is paused. And as your unconscious mind understands this, you can begin to experience time apart differently. Your breathing stays easier. Your shoulders remain loose and your thoughts become more balanced. You naturally turn your attention towards your own life, your own interests, and your own present moment. Your life is not on hold when someone's away. Your peace is not dependent on another person's immediate presence. Your worth doesn't rise and fall with a message, a call, or a reply. You are here and whole, and you belong to yourself. Now let your mind drift forwards to a future time when someone important to you is away, busy, or simply doing their own life. Just watch yourself in that situation on a screen in a movie theater. Notice your face is calm, your breathing is steady, your posture is relaxed. You still care, you still look forward to reconnecting, and yet there's a space within. You see yourself pausing, breathing, and feeling grounded. You see yourself choosing something useful, pleasant, and meaningful, trusting that closeness can return naturally. And now, drift into that future you. Be inside that body. See through those eyes, feel that calm steadiness in the chest. Notice the difference between the old anxious pull and this new adult strength. This is the feeling of secure independence, the feeling of loving without losing yourself. The feeling of space, becoming safe. And each time you practice this feeling, consciously or unconsciously, it becomes more familiar. The nervous system learns, the body and the mind learn. Old alarms grow quiet and new calm grows stronger. And in the future, when distance happens, a part of you automatically takes a slow breath and remembers the shoreline, coming close, moving apart, returning again. And you let go of unnecessary urgency. You trust the rhythm and return to yourself. And now it's time to bring this session to a close. In a few moments you can begin returning to ordinary waking awareness, bringing with you only what's useful, comforting, and right for you. And before you return fully, allow your unconscious mind to gather together these new learnings: the rooted tree, the gentle shoreline, and the golden thread. the sense of belonging to yourself. Allow them to settle into the deeper places of the mind where the new responses become natural. Now begin to notice the surface beneath you, the places where your body is supported and the air on your face. And in a moment I'll count from 1 to 5, and when I reach 5 you can open your eyes, feeling calm, clear, refreshed and grounded. 1. Becoming aware of your body. 2. Bringing back energy into the hands and the feet. 3. Taking a deeper breath as if the whole body is waking gently from a restful nap. 4. Feeling steadier, clearer and more present. And 5. Eyes open when you're ready, wide awake, refreshed, calm and balanced. And as you return, you can bring with you that quiet knowing that distance can be safe, waiting can be calm, and connection can breathe. And from this point forwards, whenever you notice a moment of distance, of silence or of waiting, some deeper part of your mind can gently remind you to breathe and to return to yourself. You may think of the shoreline, the tree, or the golden thread. Without needing to force it, your body can begin to relax. Your mind can become clearer, and your attention can return to the present. And each time this happens, even a little, the new pattern strengthens itself, calm, secure, and free. Thank you for joining me on this journey today and giving yourself the time to strengthen a calmer and more secure part of yourself. Allow these changes to continue unfolding naturally in the days ahead, in ways you may notice and in ways you simply experience. Thank you for listening and for taking this time for yourself. And until next time, goodbye and good mental health.